Okay, in this um, demo here, I'm going to be showing you how to edit with Camera Raw. So I'm going to be demonstrating this assignment here, Camera Raw Basics. It's going to be like part one of Camera Raw. So we're going to learn how to edit a .cr2 file in Camera Raw Editor. We're going to learn how to use Camera Raw Editor to crop an image to make an image warmer, cooler, and you create a image that has a combination of edits. And then we're going to learn how to save the files to your flash drive. All right, so at the end, you guys should have 4 total images, one original one that we just cropped, one that's warm, one that's cool, and then a combination. Again, you'll be saving your files as your initials underscore with the edit, and you'll be attaching them to this image or this assignment here. Okay, so let's get started. Minimize that. I'm gonna close out of here, and then I'm gonna make sure my Creative Cloud is open right here. So make sure you're logged into Creative Cloud. What we're going to be using is we're going to be using Adobe Bridge to get us into Camera Raw. A raw file will look like the one you see right here. Sorry, it's going to say .cr2. All right, .cr2 stands for Camera Raw 2. This is the second format of Camera Raw. I'm going to be editing this picture of Sydney, and you guys can edit. I would suggest editing the portraits pictures that we shot. So go ahead and open one of those up. Usually if you double click it, it will open up in Camera Raw directly. So if you double click that, it should open it in Camera Raw. Another way to access it too is to go into Adobe Bridge. So we're going to use Adobe Bridge because when we have a lot of files to work with, it's nice to open up in Bridge so you can preview them, and then you can also open multiple images up at the same time in Camera Raw. But it's once you go ahead and open up a Camera or Bridge, and then we're going to go find the files. So yours is going to probably be located in your flash drive. So you're going to go to computer here, and then you're going to double click your flash drive, and then you should be able to find your portraits, So like that, you should be able to find portraits, okay? So I'm going to back out because mine are actually located on my desktop in this test folder. And then I'm going to find this picture of Sydney. And then go ahead and you're gonna, once you have the picture that you want to edit selected like it does here, where it has that blue highlight, you can go into here and you're gonna hit open up in Camera Raw. So we're gonna go ahead and open that. And this is our screen here. There we go. This is our Camera Raw screen here. I'm gonna move my head over here. All right, so we're gonna have a menu at the top here. We have the file, things like that. Now remember, when you're working with Adobe products, to undo something, it's going to be Command Z. On your keyboards, it's going to be that window button and the letter Z. So anytime you don't like what you did, you want to backtrack, just hit Command Z, okay? So let's just look at this first. At the left here, we have the preview of the image. Over bottom left-hand corner, we have a percentage here. This allows you to zoom in and out of the photo. So if you want to get really, really close to the photo, or very, very far away, you can zoom in and out like that, okay? You could also fit to screen like that too. So that's basically what this is. You can also star different pictures. So say you're working with 10 different pictures, and or you have like 3 of the same pictures, you can star which one you think is best, and you can actually go back and see which image were like your 5s, okay? That's what this is here. This is another way to preview images here. Again, if you're working with multiple images, you can slide and toggle through all of the pictures at once. But we're just working with a singular picture here. Along the right side here, we have different tools. We have the basic editor here, and then we have the crop tool. Here we have preferences. Again, and we can make this full screen. And this is going to be where we save, okay? So the first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to crop. So let's go ahead underneath this edit button. There's going to be this crop button. All right, once we click that, we're going to get this aspect ratio. We're going to use the same aspect ratios that we've been using throughout the semester so far. We're going to go with 5:7. All right, and if you want to flip this vertically, you can go like that. You can flip it vertically. I'm going to keep mine horizontal. And the other nice thing with this too is you can rotate this by just squeezing or going to the corner. You can tilt it here. You can do that along here as well using this control. You could flip the picture and whatnot here as well. I'm just gonna tilt it a little bit, make it a little bit straighter. Maybe I'll keep it tilted. And I'm going to use my rule of thirds. So don't forget about the rule of thirds and placing your image along those intersecting lines. And then once you like it, you're going to go ahead and hit enter. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see it a little bit better. Okay. So now we have it cropped. All right. I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I'm going to show you guys how to save this. So we're going to go up here, hit this little down arrow. And then we're going to select a folder first. So we want to find a destination for our finished image. So I'm going to go into my USB drive, my class folder. I'm going to make a new folder. So here, you're going to go to new folder, and we're going to name this raw editing. Hit create, select, and now it's going to be placed into there. And then I want you guys to hear for the file name, we're going to put your initials. So mine is PH. So put your initial, not my initial. Then you're going to put crop, or my bad, you're going to put raw, you're going to put cropping. Okay, and hit save. All right, and then we also have different formats here. We're going to do a JPEG format. The quality, we're going to leave it at 8. We're going to hit save. All right, now after we've done saving, you'll see that this little number here is spinning. That's telling you that it's saving. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to just make this a warm image. So if we go here to temperature, we can change it from being a cool image, or we can add more warmth to it. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more warmth to this. All right. We can also go down here, and there's tons of different other settings here. We have the exposure, making it lighter or darker, intensifying the contrast, adding more shadows and highlights here. Right? You can always backtrack by hitting 0. The other thing you can do too is this little guy, this button right here. If you press and hold this button, that's going to show you how the original looked like. So if I press and hold that, you can see the differences. Okay, so we're just going to make this a warm image. Actually, if you press it, it stays as the original. If you press off of it, it goes back to what you have edited. So we're going to keep it warm, and I'm going to also intensify the vibrance a little bit, make it a little bit more vibrant. A little bit redder. So I want you to make a warm image, okay? Once you have it warmed the way you like, you're going to hit this again. You're going to save it as warm. And we don't need to select the folder. It's going to already know to save it there. Name this one warm. Hit save. The next image, we're going to backtrack again. So we're going to hit this to the original, and then we're going to make this a cool image. Right, so I want you guys to make your second image cooler. I want to up the vibrance again. So go ahead and make a cool image. Once it's cooler than the original, again, I'm going to check. Go back. Yeah, I like that. And then I'm going to hit save. Then go ahead and hit cool. Save. And then the last one here, we're just going to do a combination. So I want you guys just to play around with all of these different settings. You can do whatever you want. There's textures here where you can add more texture to it. You can make it clearer. You can dehaze it. You can make it more vibrant or desaturate it here. All right, you can play with the curves. Another cool one is effects here. Is it adds a vignette to it. So I'm just going to do that and maybe make it warmer again. And then go ahead and hit download. And this last one's going to be called combo. And then you're going to hit save. Now, if you hit done here, what's going to happen is whatever editing you did to that, it's going to save it to that. If you don't want that, you can just hit cancel. I'm going to hit cancel. And then I'm going to close out a bridge. And I'm going to check to see that my photos were saved. They should be. And yep, raw editor. And there are my 4 photos. Boom. We have the original here. We have the warm, the cool, and then we have the combination. And then you're going to go to Classroom. So where's my Classroom? There's Classroom, and you're going to submit it to this assignment. That's it. That was the basics for Camera Raw. The next step, I'm going to show you how to edit multiple images at once.